show is not suitable for children, sensitive men, or insecure women. Can you trust somebody that doesn't take care of their kids?
I don't trust no man on earth that does not take care of their children.
What's the biggest red flag in a relationship?
Low effort and not being honest.
Most of the time, you would think that a bad financial mistake would be spending money on clothes or vacation or like spending money on women. My worst financial mistake was buying a home.
Like a king, give me my crown.
Game time. Game time. Appreciate y'all.
Hello?
Mic check 1 2.
Are we there?
Are we there? Are we live? Shotty, we live. Charlamagne, we live.
We here. Did that video seem a little like slow motion?
I thought it was me. I thought Shine Bomb disconnected me. Shot the presidente. Got worried.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
As long as we're not slow motion in real life, then we good.
God is good.
But slow motion is better than no motion.
No motion, for sure.
Keep that in mind.
For sure.
At all times. How you feeling, man?
Amazing, man. Back in my happy place, getting ready for Invest Fest. Got a couple other projects to work on. So I'm feeling great. How you feeling? You had a busy day, ripping and running.
Yeah. You know, we was out all day, me, Troy. But you know, comes with it, you know. Did 2 episodes of Earn Your Leisure today.
Oh, any guests you want to reveal?
We had some good ones.
Okay.
Good ones. I'll tell you that much. We had some one that's a flyer mileage when it comes to Earn Your Leisure. She's been on Earn Your Leisure, Market Mondays, Invest Fest.
Okay.
Only a few people have done that, and then we got a new person that's he's one of the ones also, man. Like, yeah. So high level conversations today. And now we back doing. So we did 3. This is the third show.
Third time's the charm.
And we had about 4 hours of meetings. But you know, it is what it is.
It's a blessing, yo. It's a blessing to be able to have these opportunities and get it done, especially in such a tumultuous climate when things are going, they're either going really good or really bad. So you got to be thankful for every blessing that we have. Great job on the JD interview. Shout out to JD. That's been making his rounds.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Tomorrow we got Lee Jenkins. And you know what I forgot to mention with Lee Jenkins too is that we talk about the wealth management, but a big part of his conversation is that he's a pastor. So he does the financial pastor.
Okay.
He's very big on, like we talked about the financial principles of the Bible.
I love it.
Teaches. We talked about, you know, the church and should the church become aggregated and become a financial vessel. We talked about, is money the actual root of evil? We talked about, if you're poor, does that make you closer to God? We talked about marriage, you know, 2 become 1. What does that mean financially? We had that. That's a big part of that conversation. The church, that whole church element with the finances, that's a big part of that conversation. So check that out tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Earn Your Leisure YouTube channel.
I love it.
And we got the brother Goldie coming up in a little bit. And then tomorrow at 7 o'clock, we got Troy's options class. EYL University, highly anticipated. Make sure you check that out. Like I said, thank you to everybody that took advantage of that bundle deal. Man, when you got an opportunity, you can't waste it.
Can't miss out.
So make sure you tap in 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't taken advantage, just get it how you live. Go to EYLUniversity.com, monthly or annual. We'll see you tomorrow. Any announcements?
Yeah, of course. May 24th, Stock Club call will be at 4 p.m. Central. If I made you money, please put yes in chat. Getting ready for the presentation now. Last month was absolutely amazing. We're going to continue. I got a special guest, I think, who may be joining. And Dave Shands, July 2nd and 3rd, I will be at the Podcast Summit breaking down investing, and I will have my first conversation ever publicly about what I think a lot of people do in media and podcasting wrong and how to build a brand and monetize a brand correctly. So I've been making my little rounds, giving some little hints, but Shan's, I think, gave me one of my best interviews. So I'm going to sit down with him and give a conversation on what to do to properly monetize in this era. So get your tickets.
Get your tickets, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Let's get into it. Before we bring the brother on, let's talk about some topics.
Okay.
You gotta let the beat build a little bit. And I will say this: InvestFest, it looks like we got the most billionaires this year than we ever had. It looks like that. It just looks like that.
How many you think?
The most we've ever had at one time is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So this looks like this is gonna be the most that we've ever had. Let's just say that it looks that way.
You see, I'm locked in, getting ready early. I'm be done in 10 days. I'm on my Tupac, right, all day, all night. Ooh, this is gonna be one of the ones. Please don't miss out. Do not miss out.
Can we talk about tickets are live? Go to investfest.com. Can we talk about you man? This is a moment. This is a moment in time right now. Can we show the clip from Trump? Can we start the show off like that, please?
Let's do it.
You better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. This is going to be numbers that nobody's ever seen before. That's a very important element of all of this. If we get.
All right, man. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. So on one hand, you got some of the world's smartest people like Warren Buffett, like Paul Tudor Jones, like a bunch of people, right?
Michael Burry,
who's saying this thing is going to fall apart. I'm waiting on the sideline. Stock market about to crash. I saw, I think they said JP Morgan's wealth management division. The sentiment for the majority of their clients is extremely bearish. They're telling people to be positive. So a lot of the smartest people in the world are saying this thing it doesn't look good. The most powerful person in the world is saying you better get in now because this thing is going to skyrocket. Now, Trump does say anything, but the last time he said this,
to the moon,
it actually
and you can argue as a result, smoking on the crypto pack. Crypto, I love it. I'm not shooting at y'all, but all altcoins have been eaten up by Micron, SanDisk, Nvidia, AMD. Woo. So
the $1 million question is, who do you believe?
You have to believe both. Two things can be true at one time. We can't have the highest valuation levels that we've had in history, or they can match ones that we've had in history. PE ratios can be stretched. Valuations can be stretched. Like even today, like Anduril announced they're worth $61 billion. No one batted an eye because it's not $1 trillion. At the same time, I always have said the market is rigged to stay up. It's through pension plans, through 401k, through automated investing, for the last 15 years through algorithmic investing, and now presidential leaning in the market as well. So do I think we'll have a correction at some point? Yes. But if you're looking for a buy indicator to buy the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, this is a good one for sure. You cannot deny it. Even when they got off Air Force One, Jensen on the plane, Elon on the plane, they got off the plane looking like the financial Avengers. So even that tells me, even though we are having an interesting conflict with China, that plane ride told you who is protected and who is not.
That's a fact. And Ian, if you could just adjust your levels down a little bit.
My volume?
Yeah, volume. Mike, make me full screen while he does this. I'll just go into a little monologue. So this is interesting too, because what he said also, I guess you could bring us back. That was quick. What Ian said also was that no luxury spending for 3 years. Yep. And that was something that was really insightful, because it's like the times that we're in right now, it's not the time to just start spending money frivolously. This is a moment in history. It's either going to go really good or really bad. Either way, if you're in position to take advantage of it, you can actually, like that 3 year that Magic Johnson talked about, like this, you got 3 years, right? So that's why he said like no luxury spending. Like this is the moment. This is the moment. Say what you want about Trump. He's giving you moments He's giving you moments. And the next president that comes, whether it's Gavin Newsom or might not have this these 3 years is starting to make even more and more sense every day. Every day, what Magic Johnson said last year at InvestFest, you got 3 years.
More sense.
It actually makes more sense every day.
And on top of that, we'll talk about the AP thing later, right? But even the timing of, like I said, Yeezy concert, Jay-Z concert, Drake album, the way that tech entrepreneurs are releasing product when they're looking to IPO. I'm telling you personally, even the people that I know who are extremely wealthy, they're working as if devastation is going to happen. Now, if it doesn't land, that's absolutely amazing, but it's better to dig the well before you're thirsty, meaning you would rather have a deep cash reserve on hand in case you need to take care of you and 4 or 5 others, 6 others, opposed to not have it and be in dire straits. Even for me personally, I've told everyone around me, if you buy anything that's luxury and I see it, you're cut off 2030. Don't ask me for nothing. I don't want to hear about the car payment. Yo, shout out to all y'all who bought little boo-boos last year. You know, you look like a damn fool this year. Okay, great. Everybody was going to Japan and moving around. It is not time. It is not time. So stay locked in. Whatever money you will put into any luxury spending, put that into the market to get the gains that you need out of the market to have that money rolling for you in perpetuity.
That's a fact. Well, let's bring up our guest. He's here. So while I wait, what's up, my brother? How you doing?
Man, what's going on with it? What's going on with it?
My guy.
How you feeling?
Oh, amazing, man. How y'all feeling?
Good. Can't complain.
Amazing.
Can't complain. Goldie. Oh man, this is a highly anticipated conversation.
Long time coming.
A pairing that a lot of people didn't see coming. A lot of people did not see this.
Yeah, I saw the comments.
Yep. But the voice is needed. One of my favorite content creators. We met at InvestFest a couple years ago. I told you then, like, rock with you. A lot of message. So even though it's an unlikely pairing, you have a lot of advice that men need to hear tonight. So welcome to the show and thank you for being here.
Hey man, appreciate the invite.
Of course.
So let's get to it. Oh man, I want to give you an introduction, but I would like you to ask, for somebody that never heard of you, is not familiar with you, how would you introduce yourself? How would you describe yourself?
Hey, listen, game guy Goldie, the one and only. I'm out here doing God's work, man. I'm saving these dudes. You know, I was fortunate enough to come up with some uncles and men who had some information about relationships and dating. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't. So I'm just doing for the people who didn't have a father, didn't have an uncle, didn't have an older brother. I'm giving them that game that's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Hey, because we all know, you know, you need money in life, right? But one of the most important indicators of having a great life is relationships. So even if you got all the money in the world, if you have a poor relationship with your woman, your life ain't gonna be great. So you know, they need this type of information.
It's a fact. The game. God,
who raised you? Who gave you the game? Let's get to it.
So let's look, can we do this? I want to play a clip. I want to play this clip, and then I want to get commentary from everybody. But Goldie, I definitely want your commentary. Troy, can we play the clip?
No girls anymore. After
No,
dating
not that
women
clip,
who come from money, I realized something.
Troy, not that clip. The Justin LeBoy clip. My bad. The Justin LeBoy clip.
Oh.
Boys go 50-50, men go 100%. Women that agree on going 50-50 are women that never had a real man.
It's a fact. They can't miss what they never had. They can't miss it. They can't even understand it. A man providing, and then when I say 100%, I'm not just talking about financial.
Right.
I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Like, my woman is my responsibility. Why bring a woman into my life and tell her you're still responsible for yourself? That means she's still single.
Right.
That means another man can slide in there and do whatever you ain't doing. No, if a man walks behind me, he has to be an astronaut.
If a woman's in a relationship right now going 50-50, she could go cheat. She could go do what she want. Because he's not taking care of her 100%. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it tends to happen. I wouldn't tell a woman. I'm not going to tell a woman, go out there and cheat.
Yeah.
But it tends to happen. I'm just being realistic. A man cannot step in when a woman is happy. She don't see nothing else. She don't hear nothing else. She don't smell nothing else.
I agree. Yeah, when you're doing what you need to do, man, yeah, women
And
really don't even.
And then women know it's hard to find good men out here. They're not going to jeopardize that. A lot of men saying, well, I was a good man. She left me. No, you weren't.
Yeah.
No, you weren't. Good men don't get left. Because good men know how to attract good women.
All right. You know what? He said a few bars. The astronaut line, that was clever. That was a clever line. But
Blasphemy is what he's speaking. He ruining a lot of young men out here. But go ahead.
He said good men don't get left. That's actually a fact. But what's your thoughts on what he just said?
Whoa. You said good men don't get left.
Hello,
100%. I agree with that.
Goldie
You agree with that? So how many of these athletes, these famous celebrities taking care of their woman life still got left? Who we ain't got to say no names, but you could run off 10 names in your head of men who was handling business, way more famous than the woman, taking care of everything, multi-millionaires, still got left, still got divorced. So what he's saying isn't even valid in reality.
Well, here's my theory on this, just from my personal experience and what I've seen from counterparts. There's only a few good dudes left, right? Like good dudes as far as, they check a lot of different boxes, right? And a woman, that any level of woman that has common sense, because you should only be with a woman that has common sense if that's like your real woman, your girl, your wife. They're not going to leave you because there's no valid alternative for the most part. It's hard to find that. So like a real good dude, it's hard for a woman. I don't really see a lot of women just packing
Hey, listen, I don't believe you outside in the market because women don't. She's not logical. You talking about if she's a logical woman, if she has some sense. These women don't move off sense. They move off their emotions though.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on everything he just said?
He said a whole lot of nonsense, but I'm gonna tell you like this. Hey, for somebody who grew up and didn't have no women, the only time they see a lot of these content creators get online, start getting women when they had some money and some fame. So that's all they know. They not wrong. That's their experience. Man, I was having multiple women in the back seat of my two-door Mitsubishi with the light rusted in the front. I had to hit for it to come on. So I understand it doesn't take money. It doesn't take all of these things to get a woman. But guess what? Of course, you can buy any woman, but that's what you're doing. And you got to understand that's what you're doing. And these women will still, what they say, they always, the housewife is always going and having sex with the pool boy, the trainer, this, that, and the third. Why? If it was all about the money and a good man, why would they do that? But we know this happens on a regular basis. So that's his experience because he probably didn't get women before he had some money. But I'm a man who was getting women way before I got money. So I understand that's not the most important thing. And she might deal with him and she might be going out and dealing with a dude like me who ain't doing nothing for her because she liked me. And that's why I always say, like who like you.
Oh, can I follow up? Can I follow up on that?
Go ahead.
So you said, all right. So you said a lot just now. So you don't do anything for women at all. You don't believe in that?
do things for my woman, but this is my thing. He's saying you got to do all of this to have the woman. If I got to do all that to have you, then I'm buying you. You're no different than an employee. My employee going to talk to me right, say all the right things. Your employees might not even like you because you paying a check. Self-preservation says I'm going to act right because I got to self-preserve myself. So therefore, you never even know if that woman likes you. If I had hundreds of millions of dollars and could pay for a woman's lifestyle, this, that, and the third, of course she going to come in and act like she like you and kiss you and this, that, and the third. That's not real. You can do it, but she doesn't like you, or you will never know if she don't like you until you don't have it. So my thing is, prove to me if the only thing that I give to you is me, will you stick around? And then if you stick around, then I know you're here for me. Then I'll do those things for you. But he can't honestly believe that if you're doing all of these things for a woman, that she's there because she likes you. And maybe he don't care. I just do. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of men who use that good "I'm a good man" card don't always be that good, and they be the main ones.
Let's define that though. What does that even mean? I'm paying for everything that makes me a good man.
Pretty much, or they don't have
no. We can't just say that. I think a good man is somebody that's a principled man, somebody that's an honest man. Outside of a relationship, right? Like a good man, like somebody that I personally would do business with. I look at somebody that's honest, that's not going to lie, that's not going, cut me in the back. Like, you know what I mean? It's like these are all things that speak to the character.
But do you necessarily have to have money to be a good man? Because you said everything that money can't buy.
Well, in a relationship, money is a major part of what women are attracted to. So that would be a
So
major.
if I'm a despicable man with no morals, no integrity, no nothing, but I got some money, most women will say that's a good man because he's taking care of me.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem. Or they'll be blinded by what they see financially, and they'll look past everything else, and they'll go with that financial situation, and then it'll all come crumbling down. But that's the only thing that they had was money.
I agree. I see that happen all the time.
I need y'all to put it in chat. Do the good men who take care of the women get cheated on more or less? If we're gonna be real, like, it's more of them getting taken advantage of than the men who are doing much less. Even if we just go to some of the little Miami stories, like the gecko drop the guy, you go on dinner with your guy, then you go off with your homegirl, the guy go back home. It's a bunch of craziness in Houston, New York, Miami, Atlanta. Like, most men who are screaming that they're good, if you're good, you don't have to scream that you're good.
And women don't even want good men. I don't know, y'all. I don't believe it. I do not believe y'all be outside talking to women, man. I'm outside every day. These women don't want good men. I don't say, oh, I'm a good man. The women want to hang.
Go better when you're a dog.
They want to hang with the dude who look good. He got invites to the section. He do fly stuff. That's what they like. But they gonna tell that man they want to do everything for him. Oh, I need a good man. But that same woman gonna come hang out with me for free. Women like what they like. You can't listen to what a woman say she like. Look at her behavior and what does she do? You know what I'm saying?
So, okay.
Shawty, to that you say?
Say it again.
Rashad, to that you say?
Oh, all right. So okay. So what do women like from your vantage point? The circle that you've curated. What do they like?
See, I can't say the world ain't black and white. Every woman likes something different. Some women might like a woman might value a man who's a Christian. Maybe she values that if she's a Christian. Some women value the man that she just thinks looks good. Some women value a man who got the bag, but every woman don't value the same thing. And that's why these women out here will be with a man with all of this money. Man, I ain't gonna say too much, but man, I'm out here in Miami and there be some of the dudes with the biggest $1 million supercars and they go to that man and take care of her life. Then she come over here for free. So it's whatever the woman like. You know what I'm saying? It's not so black and white. Oh, if a woman is in her right mind, she's gonna go with.
I'm saying from you. All right, you live in Miami.
Yeah.
You have a certain aura. You're around a certain group of people. Mm-hmm. You're attracting a certain type of woman.
I attract all types from all different circles because I'm maneuvering all. But go ahead with your question.
Okay. But the immediate circle that you're attracting, right? It's a unique circle, right? It's a unique circle, right?
Yeah.
It's not a regular circle. It's not somebody that's in Idaho. That's a dentist. That's a, there's different circles of women, right?
Right.
You're not playing in like the political field where it's like politics or Silicon Valley, or there's different spirits.
You're correct. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that your gauge might be different from somebody else's gauge because you're in a faster world where people are more attracted to money. Everybody's attracted to money, but you're in a world where that's more prevalent, let's just say.
I mean, but no, what I was saying was I deal with women who don't require anything from me. So even though I may look like money, I'm not spending the money, and a woman will still come deal with me instead of dealing with a dude who has the money and has the funds because she like how I look, because she like my style, because she like my swag. So I'm saying it's a lot of different women. But I don't deal with women who want money because I'm not giving a woman money just to deal with me. You get what I'm saying?
Rashad, to that you say?
Look, I'm not
attacking us. I'm just asking before I get in my bag. I'm just asking.
But listen, let me ask you this though. Do you really believe that if you're with a woman, like, see, and this is why these women are messed up. And these dudes following this wrong ideology are going to be messed up. Should somebody truly believe if you're not taking financially care of a woman's entire life that you just met, that's not your wife, that she should feel like she should be able to cheat? Is that a good ideology to put in the world? I'm asking y'all if y'all believe that.
No,
that's
terrible. I don't think that's a reasonable expectation.
But a lot of women are asking for that though.
They all ask for it, but I see it. Most of them don't have it. They all talking about something they can't even get.
Okay, but there's a lot of men that can't provide either. There's a lot of men that's wearing fake jewelry, that's living with a roommate that's lying, that's leading with money, that has bad hygiene, that has bad credit scores, that's fronting, that's on Instagram, that's lying, that's on
they're borrowing their friend's car, putting it on the
their
gram.
friend's
That's a lot
private
of
plane,
crazy.
that's taking pictures. There's a lot. Look, let's just be honest. There's a lot of silly shit
That's a fact.
Men are doing in 2026.
That's a fact.
So
So
it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. And you could argue that if a man is a leader and a man is leading culture, it's really the men's fault because they set the table for this nut shit to even take place.
I hear what you're saying. But can we give the woman some blame? How is it that a woman has a higher expectation outside of herself than she has for herself? My man got to be this, make this, but she can't even do it for herself. Isn't it crazy that you have a higher expectation for somebody outside yourself than you have for yourself, and you need somebody that's outside yourself to do something you can't even do for yourself, and you have such a high standard? He needs to be this, but you're not even that.
Well, okay, to be fair about cut in whenever you want. I don't want to.
Thank you.
But a woman's aspiration for a man to meet a man that can provide for her, I don't think that that's weird. You think that that's weird? I think it's weird that a woman I just met or a woman who we just now going on dates and she might be my girlfriend would expect me to treat her like she's my wife when she don't act like a wife. Okay, that's valid. That's a valid point.
Goldie, let's put it on the man. What advice would you give for the men to level up? If they came to you and say, hey man, I need to do better in my dating life, what are like 3 or 5 things you would tell them to do to be able to get the woman of their dreams?
To level up, man, you know, I do a lot of coaching and a lot of things that I see, and I started to, you know, start taking it deeper. Man, you know, number one, man, you got to have a burning desire. You know, I love Think and Grow Rich, man. Napoleon Hill, he said the starting point of every great achievement is a burning desire. And I see you can give somebody all the tools. You can give somebody all the blueprints. At the end of the day, they have to have a burning desire within themselves to want it so bad. You know, like E.T. said, as bad as you want to breathe. Without that, it don't matter. All the tools, all the mentors, they don't do the work. So I would say, man, the first thing is, man, you got to have a burning desire. You either got to have a burning desire for what you want, or you got to hate where you at that bad, because that's the only that's the only thing that's going to keep you moving. And most people I see with all the information, man, 5% of them do the work. You know, and I'm going to tell you something else. One of my mentors, he told me, he was like, man, who do you listen to is one of the most important discernments you can have in life. And most people are listening to the wrong people. Who you listen to is the most important thing. And most people are listening to the wrong people. And in this day and age, in social media, you are listening to people you have no idea about their background. You don't even know if they made the money doing the thing that they trying to sell you. So and you could go down the wrong path for 10 years following the wrong person. My mentor used to say, you need to find somebody who is where you want to be and was once where you are. That's who you listen to. But people want to listen to their parents and their mama and this person and social media people who you have no clue what they really doing. So I feel like you need to learn who to listen to and don't listen to everybody.
I got to follow up real quick, Rashad. Goldie, you often say like who likes you, but
Come
to the
now.
fellas,
That's a good line. That's a good line.
That's a good line.
I trademarked that thing too.
But what if the fellas, the one who likes them, the one that they like don't like them? What
I get this question all the time, and I'm gonna break it down real quick. So just because a woman like you, she choose you, you still have to choose back. But what I'm saying is only choose from the pool of women that are choosing you. And then I say this all the time: what's the most important thing? Because dudes don't know how to choose. They choosing off of looks and things that's gonna fade away anyway, instead of the internal qualities. Guess what? I lived in a lifestyle, man. We call it putting a wig on a pig. You can take a woman who's a 3 or a 4. $15,000-$20,000. I get you a BBL, get your titties done, get your teeth done, make sure you got the right hair, put the right watch on you, put the right bag on you. 9 times out of men who walk past that woman is gonna say she's bad. So, but that's easy to buy, so it's not valuable. What's valuable is a woman with a good soul. She's cooperative. She likes you a lot. She has a good all these internal qualities. I can buy the external. I can't buy those internal qualities. So you just have to switch your thinking around. What is more valuable? I would rather go get that woman. Okay, she may not look the part to me, but she has all the internal qualities for me. So therefore, I would rather take her and put the extras on top of her than get this bad bro who don't really like me, poor internal quality. She don't want to build. All she want to do is take. So that's what I would say. Elevate your thinking. That's elementary high school thinking. And what it really is dudes don't understand. The reason you want that bad broad, but she give you hell at home is because you care so much what it look like to everybody else when you step outside. You care that she looks good, right? And I get all these accolades because we all know having a bad broad outside, you get props from everybody. So you care more what people think than what it actually is, and you going home to hell. You get what I'm saying? So you just got to elevate yourself, man. I don't care what you think, man. I'm gonna tell this story, man. When I was like 16, man, I had this fat white broad, man. Put me in a Jaguar 16, cashed out for it. And I was outside with my arm around her like this. Why? Because I didn't care what y'all thought about her. I cared what it was in my household that y'all don't pay my bills. And if you started to think about things like that, a lot of dudes is missing out on a lot of beautiful women because they beautiful internally because they may not look the part. But you could put that part on them. You can't put the character in them, though.
No, that's extremely insightful, and that's not even just for women. That's for anything.
Yeah,
like
anything in life.
Focus on the people that's focused on you. Even in business, a lot of times you'll have a consumer base, and you'll spend time trying to get other people that don't care about your product at all,
neglecting the prize,
neglecting the people that are actually your supporters. So, like who likes you, support who supports you, or however you want to word it. That's actually that's extremely insightful.
It's no more disrespect a man could pay himself to try to deal with a woman who don't really want him like that. To chase a woman who shows that she's not really interested. And it's so disrespectful to himself to deny the woman who affirms him, says you're this, you're that. But this is what dudes do. They chase the woman that don't really want them and deny the one that actually want them and want to do something for them. It's a little bit of self-hate. I could pay no more compliment to myself to only deal with the women who affirm me.
Do you think that's ego, trauma response, or what do you think that's rooted in?
I think it's programming. You know, if you look at all the TV shows, all the movies, I think that's what we've been programmed to. What is it? Pepe Le Pew? What is it? The skunk in the thing? Remember, he was always chasing. I feel like it's just so propagated in movies and things like that to chase the woman, even though it don't make sense. So people just running off a program. They never really thought about it. Because if you thought about, well, why would I chase somebody who don't want me? And why would I deny this person who does want me? Don't even make sense. But no, most people don't live in sense. They live in programming.
So no, that's a fact. 100%. So, okay. Let me ask you this question, right? How do you know if somebody likes you?
Cook. It's a great question.
I mean, you know, it's a lot of ways, but I mean, at the end of the day, man, if anybody goes back to my live I just did the other day, I met this little woman out, you know, and she was telling this story about how we met. And she came up to me, I opened a can, this, that, and the third, and she ended up coming up and she was like, I chased you down. I talked to you. I did this. I did that. A woman who likes you is going to come up to you. A woman who likes you, you know, the moment you now, a woman don't always got to come up to you. Me, I like to get chose. You know what I'm saying? But she don't got to come up to you. But as soon as you say hello, you don't got to spit no lines. You don't got to spit no lines at a woman that like you. All you got to do is say hello, and her reaction to you is going to let you know. I say this analogy all the time, right? When you walk into a club, right? There's a woman in there. She saw a man or maybe two men, and she said, damn, that man is fine, right? I only want to be that man to that woman. If I'm not that, I don't want her. You don't have to spit a bunch of lines to a woman who like you. Otherwise, you convincing her. You know, and I ain't mad at the PUA community. You're trying to spit these lines and do these dances and do these magic tricks. You're trying to convince her. If you got to convince her today, you're going to have to convince her tomorrow. I only want the woman who see me like Chris Brown. When she see me, she said, damn, that man is fine. That is the only woman I even want to deal with. So you gonna know. And if you don't know, guess what? You know it ain't that.
On Market Mondays, we talk a lot about portfolio construction. I believe in 2-Tech-2 index, right? So 2 technology companies paired with 2 indexes. In terms of relationship structure, how many should you have on a roster, ideally?
However many you can handle, man. It ain't about the quantity, it's about the quality. And most dudes can't manage the one broad they got in their house, man. You don't need 2, 3. You can't even get your main thing on program. Hello. So, you know, it ain't about how many, it's about how many you got that's the right way, and can you manage them properly? Are they bringing something to the table? You know, these dudes far too much just let these women come in and sit up like trophies. No, I'm only dealing with women who, you know, it ain't got to be financially, but if she's coming in the door, I have to see an added benefit to my life because you here, because there is no in between in the universe. Either you're growing or you're dying, you're getting better, you're getting worse. So if I can't pinpoint where this woman is making my life better, then I know she's making it worse. So I feel like it's not about how many you got. It's about having the right ones.
Okay. You're a talented speaker. I'll give you that. You definitely
sure.
you're a good communicator. Now let me ask you this, because a lot of men have confusion when this is interesting from a psychological standpoint. A woman coming in making a man's life better, right? It could be done in a variety of different ways. I think
Right.
the reason why a lot of men lead with money is because the law of reciprocity. You want to make somebody's life better also, but you think the only way that you can make their life better is financially. How can you make a woman's life better? How can you add value to their life outside of just finances?
That's a
Oh
great
man,
question.
in so many ways, and really a lot of times when you lead with money, you spoiling a woman and you're gonna spoil her rotten. Man, you can change a woman's life more with things that are intangible than the money. You are you teaching that woman? Are you putting that woman on program? Are you giving that woman books and you see where she's weak and you showing her? Are you correcting her in ways that her friends won't correct her? Are you taking her? Man, I take my woman to Tony Robbins conferences. You know, I give my women books. I see, okay, you're going through this in your business. Here's a book on systems. You know, I'm critiquing her in a way that nobody in her life critiqued her so she could get better. It's like being an in-house mentor. These things matter. I'm introducing my woman to Neville Goddard and these manifestation books and things of that nature. These things elevate her in a way that money could never just elevate you. And a woman really actually respects that when you really teach her something more than the money. I'm teaching my woman to go to the gym. I'm teaching her macros. I'm motivating her to go harder in the gym. All of these things builds her character as a person way more than me just giving her some money could.
Well, what do you say to the people who may hear the content tonight and say we're jaded, have trust issues? Do you think this information is necessary in the era we in, how the dating market has adjusted?
I mean, I live in reality. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at the world as you want it to be. You got to look at it as it is. And most dudes don't really understand. You have no idea who women are. Most dudes and had what, 3, 4, 5 relationships their whole life. You have no experience with women. You have no idea how women are. You think that these benevolent creatures, not understanding they really just like us. You know, women. A lot of women are more freakier than us. They got worse thoughts. When you understand how a woman is, then you can deal with them as you should. But when you think this fantasy Disney movie of a woman, you will never get it right because you're not dealing in reality. So I feel like they need to hear reality, and it might sound harsh just because you never heard it, but trust me, I done been outside. I know these things.
So, okay, the game god, right?
Yes, sir.
What game? I'm gonna give you different people to give game to, right? Give game to the guy that's 35 years old, that's single, that's trying to figure it out, that might be, a little depressed because he's not in a relationship, he's not married, he might have a kid, he's paying child support. What's the game you give to that type of person?
I mean, the game I give to somebody, man, is self first, man. Get yourself right. You know, you can't be like these women out here who want something that they're not even, and they mad that they don't got it is because they're not even on that level. Get yourself right. You know, get your body right, get your mind right, get your money right, develop yourself, personal development. Once you get yourself to a certain level, man, you're going to attract what you are. And a lot of times you don't have what you think you should have because you're not that. And that's what a lot of these women do. They want something that they're not and get mad. Oh, I hate men but you're not that though. So I always tell dudes, working on yourself is the number one thing. The woman should be an added benefit. Work on yourself, develop yourself, and then you're going to have plenty of options when you're that.
Can I ask one more question, Ian?
Fire away.
Okay. Do you think, are you qualified to give advice to somebody that's married or somebody that wants to be married?
Yes.
Well, are you married?
Why
Are
is
you
that?
married? Are you married?
I'm not married. I'm not married.
Do you want to be married?
Not in a government contract type of way, but the same devotion that a man who is married would have to a woman that they married with. Yes, I definitely would do something like that.
So how are you qualified to give marriage advice?
You listen, okay, you're right. I shouldn't qualify myself. You tell me if I'm qualified, but maybe I'm not qualified. But at the end of the day, just because it's a marriage, at the end of the day, that's a woman and a man, right? That's a relationship between a woman and a man in a relationship. I lived a lifestyle where I had multiple women for over 10 plus years. I've seen every type of woman. I've seen the men who had wives and who were still out here doing these things. So I've seen things from so many different perspectives. Maybe I'm not qualified, but I have a perspective that most married men will never have about women because they've never lived that type of lifestyle. They've never had that type of experience. So I may not be qualified, but I'm definitely qualified to give you game on how women actually are when their husband or boyfriend is not around.
Real quick notice.
Sorry, Ian.
Go
Sorry,
ahead. Go ahead.
on that. So, how are women when their husband and boyfriend is not around?
I'm gonna tell you like this.
How are women when their husband? Let's go. Forget the boyfriend. How are women when their husband are not around? From your POV.
I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I lived in Vegas for 10 plus years. I had friends that worked at the Bachelorette parties, and he was just on my show the other night. He was telling a story about how in his 10 years being at Bachelorette parties, never one time did he ever not see something go down. Now, he didn't say it was always the women doing something to men. Sometimes it's the women doing stuff to their friends. But for the majority of time, every single woman who was getting married did something, I don't want to say it, but did something with one of the men there. That is the reality that most men cannot stomach. And everybody's going to say, not my wife. Well, then whose wife then? Whose wife? In 10 plus? So whose wife? And these people going to listen to this and they're still going to say, not my wife. So whose wife? Nobody's wife then, huh? So that's what I'm saying. I have a perspective about women that most people will never, especially if you didn't live a lifestyle like mine. You a boyfriend. What do women do to their boyfriends? They lie to their boyfriends the most. You don't even know who your woman is because she has to play this role so she could get married to you. But guess what? Within some man like me, she know we ain't getting married. She could be herself. You've never seen that from your woman. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Dudes haven't been outside to understand the nature of women, and it's nothing like they've ever told you.
How do men know if they're playing that game with them lying, not being their true selves, and just using them for a particular outcome?
Easy. It's simple, but most dudes won't do it. Why? Because they want to leave with their money. How can I know if a woman really likes me? I'm not coming out my pocket. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying that. Now, I'm not saying I'm not doing anything for you. Come on, baby. We can go out to eat. But the biggest thing that I'm giving you is me and my time. If you stick around when the majority, the only thing you're getting from me is me and my time, then I know you're there for me. But unless you only give her you will never know if she's not there for the other things you've given her. And most of y'all won't stall her out long enough. Why? Because y'all feel that lack within yourself that you have to do this or she's not going to talk to me. And you're right. And that's why you do it. I don't do it. I'm not going to do it because I don't want a woman who just want me for my money. You feel what I'm saying?
So how long is that period? When you don't do anything financially to see if they what you that makes sense.
Yeah, because
how long?
It's a case by case, but I'm gonna tell you like this, because it's an internal thing. I feel like I'm enough. My game, my knowledge, my wisdom, who I am, that should be enough. And if it ain't enough for you, then you don't like me enough anyway. How long should it be? It's case by case. But this is the other thing. It's not just about the time frame. You have to put that woman, and this is why dudes choose wrong. How does a dude choose? He chooses what he's seeing. She don't gotta qualify. She don't gotta jump through no hoops. That's why she don't value you. When you go to a job, you got to put in an application, right? So why do men not make women have requirements to deal with them? See, you didn't even put her through these tests to even see. So the broad can sit up around you and play a game. Only like 1% of women got that game, but it's a lot of women out here who do. But for the most part, you need to put that woman through some tests. Get my How to Test Your Woman guide. You need to make that woman qualify. Every woman just can't deal with you just because she look good and got a fat booty. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to put her through tests. You have to make her qualify. And in due time, you will see if she's really with you or not. But you can never see if you're doing something. Like I said before, if somebody is giving you a check, you are going to act however you need to act to keep getting that check. So the only thing you can do is take that check away and see if she still stick around. But most dudes won't do it because they know deep down inside what's going to happen.
What is that test or series of tests to give them?
Man, it's a long test, but for me, it's observation. I made this test for dudes who really never heard this information. For me, I can extrapolate the smallest thing that she did times 100 because I know that's what it's going to be when she really get to know me. But I got one that everybody loved, man. It was the sushi test. If I go out to eat with a woman and I'm paying for the meal, and we get 2 rolls of sushi. We eat the last sushi roll. It comes down to the last sushi roll. I'm going to just sit and wait. Does she not say anything and let you have it? Does she ask for it or does she go for it before anybody says anything? That right there, consideration. You just came out and paid for this meal, and this woman who didn't pay for it wasn't even considerate enough to let you have that last sushi roll. That's one. It seems little, but it shows character. You understand what I'm saying? Does she say thank you when you pay for the meal? A lot of women don't. So it's a lot of little things. It's about observation because it shows you who her character is. You understand?
No, the sushi thing is a good test. I feel like anybody with any level of common courtesy would not take that last roll.
There you go. Common courtesy, which most of these women don't have. They weren't raised properly. They have no etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And from that, you could extrapolate that.
You know, I can't say, because just from my own personal experience, right? I've never seen a woman that would eat the last sushi roll. I've never seen that before.
Hey, man, you know how to pick them, man. You got some game about yourself.
Like,
please believe it's a lot of women who don't.
Selection is key.
Selection is key. Okay. So,
can I do a public service announcement real quick? Currently, I'm hacked on IG. So if you get a message to buy something from Elon, it's not for me. I'm doing the show, so I can't get to it. So I'm just letting you know. Yeah.
They hacked the IG.
Hey, before
sheesh.
Back to the show.
Any question, Ian?
When's the last time you went through heartbreak?
Last time I went through heartbreak, man, probably when I was like 19.
How old are you now?
35.
How have you avoided heartbreak from 19 to 35 for the fellas who are watching?
Oh, man, because I understand, and I wouldn't even say I understand women. I just understand life, and I'm a realist. Ain't nothing you have, you're going to have forever. You know, my best broad that been around for some years down, ain't never did nothing wrong. Ain't never been out of pocket once. I know one day she could wake up on the wrong side of the bed and say, you know what, I'm unhappy and this ain't working. So therefore, because I had this understanding and I done had enough women to see this happen so many times with my best broad, I love you. We in love. We doing this. I've seen it so many times. I understand it may come. And because I know it may come, I'm never dependent on that woman for my emotional comfort.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, because I know it's going to come one day, I get everything today. I make the best out of today. I enjoy the memories today. So I'm never distraught when it happens because I don't think it's going to happen. You dudes are distraught when it happens because you thought it was never going to happen because you watched too many Disney movies. I know no matter how good it is, that woman, 1, 5, 10 years can wake up on the wrong side of the bed one morning and look you in your eyes and say it's over. And because I know that when it does happen, I ain't going to say it don't hurt, but I'm not going to be heartbroken over it.
Okay. So trust. You don't believe in trust.
I do trust. I trust a woman to be exactly who she done showed me to be.
And what is that?
Whatever her characteristics have showed me. See, a lot of you dudes put trust in a woman who you seen lying, who you seen sneaking around, who dealt with you when she had a boyfriend. You put trust in that woman. I'm not saying I don't put no trust, but I trust her to be exactly who she done showed me to be. If she's sneaking around doing this, doing that, I peep her character. I put her in a category. I say all the time, some women I have, some women I own, know the difference and don't get too invested in the ones that you just have if they don't got the right character. So I trust everybody to be exactly who they showed me to be. So then I'm not getting my feelings hurt because I put too much trust in them.
That makes sense. But what if she's shown you to be an upstanding individual? What if she's shown you to be extremely loyal, somebody that has acts of service, somebody that's caring? What if that's what she showed you?
If that's what she showed me, then I'm going to trust her to be that. If that's what she shows me, I'm going to trust her to be that. And that's a woman that I can invest in. And that's a woman I can build with. Not to say it's never going to go bad, though. I always have it in the back of my mind. It could possibly go bad. But if she's showing me everything, I'm going to show her everything tenfold. You can't escape, not heartbreak, but you can't escape being disappointed because people are people. You know what I'm saying?
It happens. It can happen to anybody.
Hey, I say it all the time, man. You could wake up one day and you didn't know your broad has schizophrenia in her family. And one day that shit just sparked. You never know. So you just have to be understanding that you can't never get it all the way right.
What do you say to people who may give you pushback and say the average man won't go through some of the things that we're talking about? They don't need to suffice.
As far as what?
As far as the game that you're giving up tonight, like most men don't deal with this. Most women don't behave this way. As for a select few women that are baddies and in a certain lifestyle.
Well, they don't live in reality, you know. I mean, if you live in your sphere, I get it. You got an echo chamber, and if everybody in your sphere is perfect and all of that, then fine. But I bet you it's really not like that, man. The most perfect people that I know got the worst skeletons in their closet. You know, so I mean, don't take the advice if you don't want it. That's all I can say about that. People just don't understand, man. If you ain't had the experience, you really don't know. I've been outside since I was 15. outside doing this, doing that. I know people, I know women. It ain't just women, but everybody is not what you think. And when you understand that, you can move in this world properly. But as long as you're taking everything at face value, you're going to lose every time. You taking that broad at face value, you ain't put it through no test. That's why you're losing every time.
So we got a super chat. It's actually an interesting comment. He said, your competition is never against the guy at the mall, gas station, club, laundromat, or grocery store. Your competition is her work husband, the dude who spends hours laughing and taking each other to lunch. How you feel about that?
Facts. Anybody who could be around your woman for a long period of time, and that's why you can't let your woman have male friends. Anybody who's or a male trainer. Any man that's around
the male trainer is treacherous, yo. The male trainer, ooh.
I know, bro. I know some that hit everything.
No,
when I say everything,
literally
I mean
every
everything.
client.
It's bad.
It's an
bad.
epidemic.
It's an
You
epidemic.
can't allow your woman to be around any male on a regular basis like that without there. Is it gonna be something going on? So I mean, but at the end of the day, this is the thing though. You can't be so worried about what the broad gonna do because the broad gonna do what she want to do. She a human being. You can't control what nobody do. All you can control is what you do. And what you have to do is stay working on yourself, stay getting your money right, stay getting your body right, still making sure you clean, make sure your clothes is on. Keep elevating yourself. And you want to make that woman so scared that she don't want to lose out on this winning lottery ticket that she don't do it. You feel what I'm saying? You can never 100% make it so your woman not gonna do nothing. You could tell her she can't do this, can't do that. At the end of the day, the biggest thing, it's two things actually. The biggest thing to not have to worry about your woman is to continually be a prize and continually elevate. And number two, don't nothing keep a woman in check like another woman. You know, you could say everything to a woman. You can act like you this, I'm that. Look at my value. Hey, you know what always keep a woman in check? The fact that she know it's another woman on your line that look just as good as her or better that's willing to do everything she not.
Just having them on a roster or knowing that there's one circling around that could be next.
Both. You know, you could keep it. You could just listen. Sometimes your woman just got to know. That's why I tell these dudes, man, you get with your woman, you stop getting your hair cut, you're going out the house in shorts. Hey, man, I don't care if you're going nowhere. Get dressed and fresh, like, you know, when you get your hair cut and go outside. So make your woman wonder, oh, the way he looking, he might catch something. You got to just be making her feel like you can be got. No, women don't want nothing that can't be got. As soon as they get you, you start relaxing. No, I'm always trying to make it look like I can get whatever I want.
Okay. You said that a woman should not have male friends?
No. Not my, I mean, y'all can do what y'all want to do. We'll see how that play out though. But my woman, no. Gay friends, you want to have a gay friend, you can have a gay friend. You can't have no straight friend.
Rashad, your thoughts?
He's not wrong in what he's saying. I think boundaries is friend. Because all right, there's different levels of friends. First of all, anybody can do whatever they want. It's just what do you tolerate?
What do you tolerate?
What do you accept? Yep.
Did y'all see that lady who she's popular on online right now? She just said that she got out of a relationship with her man, and like 7 days later, she ended up marrying her best friend. Y'all seen that?
Sarah, yeah, we know her. We know her.
Oh, okay, so but I'm just saying. You see why we don't want nobody to have no male friends? Because he was sitting in the tub.
Waiting.
Look, my personal commentary is this is like, because we have friends is a loosely used word, right? I might speak to somebody twice a year, and that's my friend. I speak like a best friend that you confide everything in, that you speak on the phone twice every other day.
You come hang out 3-4 times a week.
Come on,
that to me, I think that's especially if the woman is attractive, the male got some level of motion. That's the recipe for disaster.
I mean, it don't even make sense. It's asinine, don't make sense. It's goofy, and if you let that go on, man, you's a goofy, and your girl is probably trying to make you feel insecure about it. No, it ain't happening.
How should the fella had a conversation with that woman? Hey, I don't like you. Like the trainer thing, right? Shout out to the trainers, y'all put them numbers out there. Like in Houston, every trainer I know, at least 80% of the client roster.
Come on,
no, it's a real
crazy,
thing.
bro.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. So how do they have the conversation now, baby? I want you to have a trainer.
Ain't no conversation. Hey, I'm the head of this household, right? So what I say is law. And if it ain't like that, we already out of bounds in this relationship. Hey, you can't have a male trainer. No if, ands, or buts. I don't got to explain it. If you respect me, I'm the head of this household. I'm doing for you. I'm taking care of you. Then my word should be law, and you shouldn't have no problem with it. And if you do, you in the wrong relationship.
The gym outfits have gotten, I just woke up one day and when did the gym outfits get to like, there's like that line and on the butt.
Out of line,
and they got
out
the
of
under.
bounds.
Yo, the gym outfits.
Oh,
the
that
under
shit is
ass
like
cuffage.
stripper outfits.
Yeah.
When did that happen? Like the gym outfits have gotten to a point where it's just like, it is so crazy.
And then your woman going to the gym, about to do some squats, sweating up, down, knowing every man in the gym is looking at them. They know what they're doing. I had to tell my woman one time, I said, throw all of those away and get you a whole new workout wardrobe. And you know what she said? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. I know it can't be comfortable. You got this thing stuck up your crack and you going in there and you're doing this. We know what dudes do in the gym. We all looking. We all imagining. I'm not letting my woman get in that environment like that.
What's the best way to shoot your shot?
The best way to shoot your man. I don't shoot for the baddest woman. I shoot for the woman who think I'm the baddest man. The way you shoot your shot as a man is to let the woman choose you. You understand what I'm saying? Because think about it like this. The reason most people relationships is out of order because they was trying to shoot their shot at that woman. You have to become so much of value. Man, y'all seen the train of women following Chris Brown on that one video. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
I saw it.
So your woman needs to feel like you have that much value. I'm not saying she got to necessarily come up to you, but what I'm saying is I'm starting wrong if I'm chasing a woman. How can you expect to lead in a relationship when I had to chase you to get you? Then I finally get you and say, okay, now follow my lead. It don't work like that because how you start is how you finish. That's why I say all the time, like, that's why the woman should never be the prize because you want a leader, right? So if you're the prize, that means you're above this man. And if you're above this man, so if we have equal value and I feel like you can lead just the same as me, why would I let you lead? I'm gonna say, you know what? I can lead just the same as him. Why I'm gonna let him lead? That's why a woman has to look at you in such high esteem. That's the only relationship that's gonna be in order because she thinks you like this. So therefore, she's gonna allow you to lead. She's gonna allow you to correct her. She's gonna allow all these things. And that's a woman who you didn't shoot your shot at. She damn near shot her shot at you. You feel where I'm coming from?
No, I got you. I understand.
1,000%.
Your outlook on women relationships was it shaped? Was it shaped by women or was it shaped by men?
It was shaped by the men who guided me into that, and then it was shaped by the relationships that I had with women to see what actually worked. It didn't work when I was trying.
What's your upbringing? Did you grow up with your father?
I grew up with my father and my mother until he died when I was 11 years old.
Okay. So like when you were adolescent, who were the male influences in your life?
It was really just my father. It wasn't until, and this is a story that changed everything for me. My mother and father were married, until he died. And then eventually one of my uncles came into my life when I was a teenager, and it changed my entire paradigm. I grew up in, a regular family, mother, father, kids, and all that. And then I had an uncle who moved down the street from me, when I was 16 years old and showed me a completely different paradigm of women in life. While I'm sitting up here cheating on my girlfriend, she chased me down the street when she mad at me. And then I see him come down the street. Back then it was a H2 Hummer. He had the H2 Hummer. He had the 30-inch rim in the back, 30-inch rims on it. He got a broad next to him, 3 broads in the back. They all know what's going on. And he living, ghetto fabulous. You know what I'm saying? And it's just and so I said, I didn't even know it was possible not to lie to women. I didn't even know it was possible to not sneak and cheat because that's all I seen from everybody else. And that's when everything shifted to change my mindset to see how women actually were.
Is there anything that you used to believe maybe 3 or 4 years ago that you see differently now about how you approach the game?
How I approach what?
The game.
What game?
The game of life.
The game.
The game of life. The other, not
game
that.
Of life.
The game of life.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, right? Because when I made my transition like 4 or 5 years ago, and now being in this space and being around a lot of influencers and people online, one of the things that I really realized is like everybody is full of shit. And I probably shouldn't say that, but just being around the different circles and even on the highest level in business and getting close to people, being on social media, I realized, man, a lot of people are full of shit. That's one of the biggest things. And I tell one of my bros this all the time, like a lot of people, they faking it, they lying, it's a front. And there's very few people who I could be like, nah, they for real.
Okay. How do you relate your insight on women to like business marketing? Do you use the same psychology?
Yeah, I mean, it's all human psychology, and that's why like people be like women are like this, men are like this. I mean, of course, women got different programming, but at the same time, if you read any psychology book, they don't have one for men and one for women. At the end of the day, everybody is running through pretty much the same psychology. So if you understand a woman's psychology, you can understand most men's psychology.
What's your favorite book on psychology that you've read or applied the most?
Propaganda and Influence.
It's a great book.
And if y'all ever read, what's the book? Games People Play.
Who's that by?
I can't think of his name right now.
Games People Play. Okay.
It's a blue book though.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, where do I see myself in 5 years, man? I let God take me where I'm supposed to be, man. I didn't think I was going to be here 5 years ago. This to me is a dream. This wasn't even some plan. It was something I feel like God had in store for me, and I didn't even have it in store for myself. So, at this point, I'm just taking the road as it goes. One day I want to get off social media and be able to have income without having to show my face all the time. But the people need me, so who knows? Maybe I'll be on here for a lot longer.
Who's your favorite guest that you sat down with, and why?
My favorite guest. Oh man, it's so many. I'm gonna offend somebody, but Johnny Cash. He was one of my mentors in the game, and he's the one who gave me a lot of life lessons just about women and psychology. And this is one of the biggest things that he taught me one day. I was talking about this woman to him. I called him. I'm like, man, she doing everything right, and everything I like and nothing I don't. I'll give her my baby one day. And he said, whoa, hold on. One day that woman is going to roll over, wake up, look you in your face and say, F you. I hung up the phone. I'm like, man, he tripping. I don't know what he talking about. Years later, worse happened. Right. And so it gave me an understanding that you may have a woman for a time, but it's not forever. And that really helps me be better than most people, because a lot of people are spiteful when somebody leaves or something. And when you have this understanding, you do not know who this woman is going to be, whether it's 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, even in a marriage, that one day they have the free will to change how they feel. And it's nothing about you, and it's nothing you can do about it. Then you have a lot more freedom in dealing and having relationships with women, because you're not trying to hold on so tight to something that you have no control over.
Who's more emotional, men or women?
Oh man, I think it's a tie.
What?
They like to say women are more emotional. To a point, it's not that women are more emotional. It's that women have less consequences for their actions. Men be emotional too. We just have consequences. If I get too out of pockets, I might get beat up out here. If I get too out of pocket, I might go to jail. So a woman has more leeway, but dudes be just as emotional. I promise you, man. That prison filled with a bunch of dudes who was emotional.
That's what me personally.
I think men are way more emotional.
I think men are more emotional than women.
Hey, man, and they gossip worse than the broads too.
Hello. Yeah. For sure.
That is a fact. That is a fact. No, I'm not gonna ask you that question.
Go ahead. Ask it in the same way.
No.
Come on, it's blackout.
Yeah, come on. You can ask whatever.
Come on, Rashad.
How do you be honest? How do you be? No, I can't ask that. How do you be honest?
How do you be honest in a relationship about what you want, or if you need to have multiple situations going?
Man, I keep it real, man. I do it live on my podcast on a regular basis, man. I just tell a woman what it is. It's like this, right? I ain't scared to lose a broad. To me, man, I ain't never had a woman in the past that I didn't find a better one in the future. To me, I'm the prize. So at the end of the day, you got to get with my program. I'm not going to bend my program for you like a lot of dudes do. If I change for you and you leave, then who am I? So I can't never change for you, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to leave. So guess what? I got to be who I am. And then guess what? You try to change for the woman. You change for the woman, or you can't sustain changing for the woman because it wasn't really something that you want. So I'm going to be who I am, and you have to accept it or reject it. This is my program that you're coming into. I'm not coming into your world. You're coming into mine. It's really that simple to me. I stand on my principles, and I'd have had some cold things. Cold. They just like, I got to be a wife. I just can't do it. And I will gladly allow them to walk out that door, because I cannot change for you. And guess what? As soon as you change for her, she's going to get to acting crazy, because once you change one thing, she's going to have you change something else. She's going to keep pushing them boundaries. You have to start how you are. At the end of the day, I tell a woman what it is. And all of my clients, all of my mentees, they don't understand How many women will accept what you're talking about if you give them the
If you're
choice? You
honest.
just never gave them the choice. These dudes are surprised like magic. I told her it is what it is. She cried and then she called me later. These dudes don't understand. So many women will deal with you if they like you, even if you keeping it real like that. You just never gave them the option. And that's why they hate you later, because you're doing something you told them you would never do. And you know, they should hate you because you lied to them.
You should hate you because you lied. So we lost Ian for a minute, but so all right, let's expound upon that. You just flat out say, look, you're not the only one I'm with. How does this conversation?
Okay, so it goes like this, right? You don't off the dribble. I mean, if a woman asks, then okay, but off the dribble, you meet a woman outside, she's not even thinking like that. You know what most women say to me? Where your other girlfriends at, or where your girlfriend at? You know what I always say, and y'all can steal this line. It works. I always got some women around me, right? So that's the test filler. We just met. It ain't really her business yet. So when she say, where your girlfriend's at or whatever, you probably got but you know, I always got some women around me, you know, and I joke it off. So that's the first filler. Then we go from there. And then when she finally asked the question, I let her know, listen, this is my lifestyle. This is how I live, you know, and she can accept it or reject it. And, you know, this is what I always like to do. I tell them like this, like, listen, because this make you righteous in their mind. Hey, baby, check this out. I could lie to you like every other dude in your past did. Mm-hmm. All your past relationship, they cheated on you, right? Okay, so I'm not going to be like that because I'm a man. So instead of telling you what you want to hear because I want you so bad, I'm going to tell you the truth and I'm going to give you the option. Some of them other men didn't do. You know what they say? Oh, shit, I ain't never heard no shit like that before. Then they start to thinking. Then they start to thinking.
You build a little trust bond with them.
I never had cheated on me and didn't tell me the truth. So I say, okay, baby, so guess what? Would you rather have a man cheat on you and you don't know, or a man who telling you what it is and you can accept or reject it? And even when they leave, they always double back. They'll leave, go get another man, call me a month, 2 months later. I'm fucking with it. Yeah, because I got cheated on again. You feel me? So there's some game for y'all.
Mm-hmm. And how often does it work percentage-wise? 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10?
Probably not 90% of the time. Now, it don't always last because, you know, once they actually get in the situation and sharing the time.
And they get to see it, yep.
Yeah, then they don't always last. But initially, it damn near work 90% of the time. Like, yeah.
At any point, does like living this life get tiring?
It did when I was living it for real, you know, when I was dependent on it. Now that I'm living how I'm living and doing what I'm doing, because I choose the ones that I want, not the ones I need, you know, so therefore they can be discarded at any moment when they ain't acting right. So now it's really freeing because I don't have to have them. I just want to have
them. Insightful conversation.
What are your thoughts? I'm not jamming you up. I just want to know your thoughts.
No,
Rashad.
Insightful conversation for sure, definitely. Okay. I think we learned a lot. Okay. Anything else we need to talk about?
Goldie, you coming to Invest Fest?
Yeah, you know, I was there the year before last. I had some stuff but you know, I'm there for sure.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you there.
100%. You know, I got a lot of love at Invest Fest. I got a lot of people who follow me. So yeah, that's like where I gotta be.
And it's
a great place to meet people.
The highly qualified women.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Can you tell the people where to follow you? You have a podcast. Can you talk about your podcast? Can you tell
follow me on Instagram, Game Guy Goldie. My old one might get it back, Young Goldie _. Follow me on YouTube, Game Guy Goldie. I go live on a regular basis. I got a lot of guests, and GoldieRatio.com. If you want some products, you want different things, you know, check me out.
There you have it.
Man, I appreciate you, my brother. One of my favorites.
Hey, man, I appreciate you inviting me on.
Of course, my brother. Thank you.
For sure.
Okay.
Who gave you the game?
Okay.
Shout to Goldie, yo. Mm-hmm.
Never a dull moment.
Never at all. And you may not like the delivery, but a lot of people feel the same way. They may just deliver it in a calmer, maybe smoother way. But insightful conversation. Very insightful conversation. Yep. And fellas, quit lying. Let's be real.
You good? They hacked your joint?
Hacked me, bro.
We're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right. Yeah. Don't even trip. But if you get a DM, it's a DM.
Before
it's in a DM.
Yeah, DM. Yeah, it's some shit about Elon Musk or something. The crazy part, everybody texts me like, "I know you hacked." Yeah.
If you get a DM from Ian, just disregard that. We're gonna get it right. No need to worry. Okay, before we go,
and real quick, if you hacked me, just send me a message and I'll pay you to send out these messages for something for Red Panda. For the record, since you're doing all this work to get nothing for a meme coin project with emoting. So
can we show the clip from the Foolio case? Troy?
Yeah.
Gathrights, age, physical abilities, things like that. Do you think that the prison would benefit from him in a work capacity if he were sentenced to life without parole?
I say yes, with my experience, not only just in classification, but as former warden and even as a jail administrator. He's someone that's young, he's healthy. In reality, we need that labor, we need that sweat equity, and we will put him out there to work because we do have an aging prison population, jail administration. We have that, so we put these young individuals to work and get some sweat equity out of them since they are young and actually can do the work.
And we talk about life.
Okay, so if you're not familiar, there was a rapper, Foolio, Jacksonville, Florida, high profile case. He got murdered, and these are the people that got convicted of murder him. This is one of the people that got convicted of murder him. So it's in Florida. So he got convicted of murder. The kid, obviously, he's young. I don't know how old he is. He was in his 20s probably. And so, okay, when you're in this situation, you get convicted. Now you have another hearing to see if you're going to get the death penalty or you're going to get life in prison. So that's like a whole nother hearing within itself. So that was that hearing to see if they was going to give him the death penalty or if they was going to give him life in prison. And you see the warden of the jail or whoever the gentleman was when he was talking to the judge, and he was saying, or talking to the lawyer, and pretty much saying that he's useful. It's more useful to have him in life in jail and not death penalty because he's young, he's healthy, he can work. They put him to work. Sweat equity was used a few times. And man, that looked like a slave auction. Like I hate to use that terminology because, you know, slavery, obviously that's the worst thing ever, but that really did look like a modern day slave auction because only thing that they didn't do was like physically examine him, strip him and physically examine him. But
which they will when they take him in.
Yeah, they definitely will. They're determining whether he dies or not based off of his physical working ability. So he just signed up for free labor for the next 60 years. And that was the determining factor whether he was going to get the electric chair or stay alive, was that he's young and healthy. And you know, in these states, because well, you live in Texas, so it's probably the same thing. But in New York, it's not like that, right? Like these like Louisiana and Florida,
Alabama, Mississippi,
like you really work. Like it's a real chain gang. Like you're working on agriculture, you're working, like you're actually outside doing labor, like working.
Yeah.
Man, that was crazy to actually physically see that happen. So what's your thoughts on that? Ian has gone. I'll say my thoughts on it. So my thoughts on that, man, it's like I said, when you really think about it, right? You throwing your life away, you're signing up for 60 years of free labor, and you're literally getting judged based off of your physical ability, a black man by two white people, and the reason why you're in that situation is killing another black man. Really puts life in perspective for you.
Stay out of the streets, stay out of the drama. With all the tech, you're not going to get away with no crimes. Even with the data centers, you have to realize those are surveillance projects. And we were talking about it, even the way that they got caught, that was a light level surveillance. It was just Ring cameras, geo tracking of phones, Airbnb information. All of the social media sites and apps are going to send in your information if they send in a request for it. So it's tough. It's tough. God bless everybody involved. Just stay out of the streets, man. I know it's easier said than done. There's other ways to make money, but all that I'm going to go slide on the op thing, you're not getting away with that shit. This is not 1960, 1970, 1980. You're not getting away with it.
Yeah. And it's like, man, you're a thug in the street, but a slave in jail.
It's
Like,
heartbreaking. And it's done by design. Even and the music is perpetuated. Certain narratives and propaganda that is pushed is by design, for sure. It's heartbreaking, man.
yeah, yeah, it really is. What's your thoughts on Kevin Hart, the roast and the George Floyd joke?
He should have said something. I like Kevin a lot. I get his comedians being comedians, and that's a certain fraternity, but certain things should not be joked about. And also, being a black person in white spaces, you have to be very comfortable letting people know there's certain lines that cannot be crossed. It was a tragedy. A man lost his life. It was an uproar as a result. And as a result of that movement, you can argue that the MAGA movement grew out of that moment of George Floyd's life being taken. And good taste to let that joke fly when Tony is a known racist. Like, even comedians will tell really feels like that. He's not just joking. So to be a black person and to see another black person laugh at that joke, that was disheartening to me, no pun intended. What about you?
Yeah, shout out to Kevin Hart. Congratulations on everything that he's been able to accomplish. You know, he's been, somebody that's been real motivation and inspiration for a lot of people. But that was definitely a distasteful, for sure, to say the least. And it's like,
sure.
why does a white comic always have to make a joke about black people in a very distasteful way? And like you said, I mean, it wasn't even something that was actually funny. Like you saying, like, he can't breathe, like he got killed by the police. They put their knee on his neck. I don't think that that's funny, but that's why I don't watch roast. I don't watch roasted. I didn't watch Tom Brady's roast. I'm not gonna watch Kevin Hart's roast because my personality, I get uncomfortable for other people. Like, I don't even want to watch somebody that shit. The roast thing is weird because how I look at the roast is that you get an opportunity to say the shit that you wanted to say for years. And half of the time, the shit's not even funny. It's just like real hate, disrespectful. Like, you really been thinking about this for a long time. So I don't find roast funny. I never did find roast funny. I don't watch roast because, like I said, the shit is uncomfortable for me. Like, I feel like if anybody roasts me, I'm ready to fight. And if I watch somebody else, I feel like I'm watching somebody
Ready to fight, yeah.
I feel like I'm watching somebody getting taken advantage of. And that's just not funny to me. Like, I don't know. Like, it's one thing to joke. We could joke about each other, but these roasts, they go into a whole dark realm of comedy. And I'm not into it. I'm not jacking it at all. My 2 cents. But what can you do? This is live, ladies and gentlemen. So if you see Ian, he has some technical difficulties, but that's part of the show. You never know what's gonna happen. Troy, you want to come up for a segment? We talk about APs. Okay, I'll do the solo monologue. So AP came out with the collaboration with Swatch.
Come on,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know I wouldn't leave you like that. Come on, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know I wouldn't do you like that.
What is your thoughts on AP's collaboration with Swatch? I spoke about this yesterday on Instagram, my 2 cents on it, but it's something that people have been very vocal about. What's your thoughts from this standpoint?
You know what? The news, the headline of it was more sensationalized than the actual product. I think when people heard the initial idea of AP having a collaboration, it was, oh my gosh, what is my watch worth now? That select crowd of people who can even afford an AP or have an AP. It was like, what does that do to the value of it? We shouldn't let people have, if we can't really afford it, what are they doing by creating something that is affordable? And then when the actual product came out, it's like the air got let out of the balloon. It was a pocket watch. And the people who were camping outside for it, trying to figure out, oh, we can resell this thing for a higher value. A lot of steam was let out of it. Am I mad at it? I mean, it's business, right? Like, I think you did a great job explaining from a calculation standpoint. if they sell a certain amount at that $300 price point, if they sell 1 million, I mean, is it not worth it to do business and open up to a new customer base? I think collabs have happened, especially with Swatch. I feel like they've done plenty of collabs, and this is just another one. You know, I think that the idea of having exclusivity on something like a luxury item, I mean, it feels a little bit too overrated. But you know, that's my thoughts on it. I saw your thoughts. What is your thought after you saw the actual product?
I think it was actually kind of smart because they didn't do direct competition with a watch. They did a pocket watch, which can be used as an accessory. I've seen people mocking it up, putting it on bags, putting it on.
Mhm.
I know people are gonna put it on a chain on their like jeans. You might try to finagle it and make it a watch somehow. So I thought that that was an interesting take. I don't know how well that will do because I think people really anticipated they was going to get a watch. But I will say this, like I said on the Instagram, from a business standpoint for people, you know, that's something that I think not a lot of people fully understand. This has been done for a long time. And I use the H&M example because H&M has done this like 6 times. They did it with Versace, they did it with Karl Lagerfeld, they did it with Moschino, they did it with Alexander Wang. They've done this with a lot of different brands, right? And it's like from a luxury brand standpoint, it's hard to be a luxury brand and then just drop all the way down. There's two ways you can make money in business from my philosophy. On the lower level, the Target, Walmart, you're catering to a lower level income, or Saks Fifth Avenue, where you're selling less products, but you're selling it for. So the Walmart strategy is
Higher
to sell
price.
a lot of products for a lower price point. The Saks Fifth Avenue is to sell fewer products at a higher price point. But if you're really smart, you can do both. So that's what these brands do, where they've established a higher price point for fewer select clients, but then they drop their whole situation by going down and working with the H&M, or in this case, working with a Swatch. It's not an official product, so you don't have to put it on sale. Now you can sell a mass amount of these products but the lower brands get to move up as well. So let's say a regular H&M shirt is supposed to cost $50. Now they could sell an Alexander Wang shirt for $250 because the customer's not looking at it like, damn, that's a big jump from 50 to 250. They're looking like that's a big decrease from 2,000, which is the regular price for Alexander Wang. So everybody makes money here, right? Like Alexander Wang, and in this case, you know, AP, they get to have massive amounts of people that would never be able to sell their product, and they'll be able to do that. And they drop the price. And then the lower carrier, Swatch, H&M, they get to actually raise their price and make more money. They're not losing money because they're raising their price than what it's traditionally doing, and they're reaching a mass amount of people as well. So that's important to keep in mind, because these APs, I had a meeting with AP. So I have one AP, right? APs are harder to get than Rolex, even though Rolex on average costs more money than APs. I got an AP watch from the AP dealer in Atlanta. And then I had a meeting with the AP store in New York City. So I have to go on a Thursday at 2:00 in the afternoon to Manhattan. I have to meet with the people at AP for an hour. I have to look at the brochure. They're telling me the history of their company. I'm talking to them. We're having back and forth, just for them to say, okay, we will. You're on the top of our list to be considered.
Yeah,
you got to be considered to spend 40,000. That's when I'm like, look, man, I don't even want it. I'm over it. I'm over it. But that just goes to show you how hard it is to get an AP. It's very difficult to get an AP.
Yeah, it's true. And I have two, and the waiting process took about 2 years, like between the two. But I think it's interesting. Ian, people love you so much. They're texting me about your IG page. Let me just tell you that. So welcome back. That's how much they love you. I'm getting texts. When we were talking about Tesla, and I know it's completely different sectors. We're talking about cars, and obviously these are watches. When they made that move from going from the Model S, which was the luxury car, to saying, hey, we're going to offer a lower tier car, we were kind of critical of it. I wonder what your thoughts are on the Swatch play, because like it was like, hey, stay luxury, keep it luxury. You'll keep that clientele base. You start bringing affordable brands. It does take away from the I guess that realm of exclusivity when you offer it to a lower tier customer. What were your thoughts when you saw it?
My first thought was, I think they're upset that Rolex made that fucking land dweller. There's a lot of things that are not talked about in terms of copying. But when they fought for that patent for the shape and they got denied internationally, then Rolex came out with their version. One way to destroy an enemy who tries to take your IP is to flood the market with similar IP. I don't think it's just a pure price point thing, because AP, they don't need the revenue. But also it's a good marketing move. Notice they didn't make a watch. They made what the original was, of like a pocket watch. But I think part of this is to offset the copyright infringement that's happening in China. Also, they were not too happy about that land dweller that came out that looks similar to what they released as well. So if I can kill two birds with one stone, and I can now devalue the Rolex that you bought that looks like my IP, then let me have my little boo-boo moment, advertise this like crazy, get the internet talking, and also drive the look and value down of that watch as well.
I mean, I wasn't even mad at the AI mock-up of what the watch was gonna look like. Like when my kids saw that, they were like, "Dad, can I get the black one?" My daughter was like,
"Would you get one?"
I would. I mean, it reminded me of having a Techno Marine, right? Like that was an era for us, and like
similar.
So it gave me
me
a flashback to that era. I'm like, that looks like a cool watch to have. Like it looks like my kids would wear it. I'm not sure if I necessarily would wear it, but like I wasn't mad at the design. When I saw it was the pocket watch, I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, that's a totally different type of watch wearer, but I get it. It's business.
Yeah, I think the pocket watch thing, I don't know if that's going to work out. Because
on top of that, it
doesn't. How many people going to really wear a pocket watch? Like, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, a million pocket watches. I don't know about that. But there's a lot.
The big clock watch, and we just got Flavor Flav involved. It'd been
I don't know about the pocket watch thing. But before we wrap this show up, Troy, we got you here. So you listened to what Goldie said. So you just came back from your anniversary. No. It's important because we got a lot of women.
It's a good transition.
So we need to have a different perspective as well, and don't keep it politically correct. Say, what is your perspective
on what? Because he said a lot. My perspective on what part?
Women.
Keep going. Women in terms of.
What's your perspective on? Just say something. Like, you have a different, your perspective is different than him. What's your perspective on man's relationship with women, as far as women's place, as far as provision, all of that? What's your philosophy? What is your philosophy for man's relationship with women?
Yeah, I mean, my specific relationship is very unique, right? Like I've known my wife for over 20 years, right? And so I've always been in that firm belief that a woman submits to her man because her man submits to God. If God's leading the relationship, then the relationship will flourish. At this point, especially in marriage and business, is very unique. Like I have a partner, right? Like I don't have just a wife. Like I have a best friend in her. I have a partner in her. I have somebody that we're sharing life experiences with. And so like, I said this when I was on Blackout before, but the communication that we have between each other is very unique. I think people watch and they're like, yo, these people really like each other. And it bugs me out because I'm like, most people, I don't see marriages where most people like each other. It's like, I can't wait for her to get away so I can really say how I feel to my boys. But like, even y'all, like you've never heard me chastise or say anything negative about my relationship with my wife. It's just not going to happen because it doesn't really revolve around negativity, right? It revolves around let's make each other better. Like we had this conversation the other day, and I was like, look, how can I make you better? Right? Like, is it the literature that you're reading? Is it something I could do? I think that's our role. Like she turned 40 the other day. I'm like, I want you to have the next decade be the best decade of your life. How can we do that? What do we need to do to accomplish that? Do we need to change our diet? Do we need to so like having that type of communication, having that dialogue, looking out for each other, and realizing that if you're better, then I'm going to be better. Like that's really my philosophy when it comes to relationships, especially mine in marriage. Like it is a partnership. It is a lifestyle choice. I actually love it. I know it ain't for everybody. I'm around a lot of people, not talking about Shadi and obviously not talking about Ian, that it's not for them. And that's okay too. I feel like at this point, I've become the representative for the married men. And so I will say that I enjoy it. And I picked the right person, which is the most important thing. That's the most important thing because a lot of people don't do that.
That's the most important thing. Okay. You have a daughter. What are you raising your daughter? What are you instilling in your daughter as far as how to interact with men, what to expect from a man, how to like what's how does that look?
Yeah, I think more than telling her, I think I lead by demonstration. And so she gets to see that on a daily basis. She gets to see how I treat, number one, her mom, her grandmothers, women that are around, people in general. She gets to live through that and see that is the form of treatment that, number one, she should expect, but also she deserves, being a young girl, and that definitely being my daughter. So she gets to live through that. I think what she'll watch from her mom, which is important. I know you talk about that a lot, Shadi, is like watch how a daughter watch the relationship that she has with her mother. That'll tell you a lot, right? Like we can see, like especially in West Indian households, how they nurture, how they cook, how they cater, right? Like how they move around, how disciplined they are with money, or maybe then their lack of discipline with money. And so if you watch those habits early, right, and if you see that in the parent, then that will continue. And I think she has a great role model in her mother to say, all right, well, this is what it is to be a wife. This is what it is to have a healthy relationship. I don't think, they've ever heard us fight or even curse. I remember one time we had a discussion, right? That was my new thing. Like we don't have arguments, we have discussions, right? Arguments means that somebody's trying to win. Discussions means that we're trying to solve something. And that's like a distinction that we had to make. But watching it, I think I raised my voice a little bit and my son got uncomfortable. He was like, Dad, why are you yelling? I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm yelling at her. I got to be super intentional about how we're communicating. So leading by demonstration is number one. And then when she gets to the age, I think she had a boyfriend like last year. That was interesting for me. So, I'm not going to hate on the kid, but I'm like, look, take your time when you liking a guy. Like, take your time. If you need any advice, if you need any support, let me know. Like, I can help guide you. I know what it is to be a 14-year-old boy. I don't know what it is to be a 14-year-old girl, although I taught a lot of
but are you giving her game as far as like, look, God, they're gonna lie to you. They're gonna do this. They're gonna
play these games. They're gonna lie.
There's that line, right? Because part of it is like, yes, that is true, but part of it is like, don't skip any steps in that, because you should know what that feels like, so that you don't replicate that behavior and you understand what it is when you see it. I think that like we can try to coach them and give them all the advice, but certain life experiences they're going to have to go through, even though we don't want them to. Like, I don't want my daughter to have to go through heartbreak. I would never want that. But I understand in the process of life and relationships, that might be part of it. And like, I got to be there either way, right? I got to be there if it happens, God forbid that it doesn't, or if it doesn't happen, right? And be there to support her. But I think, again, it goes back to that demonstration piece. Like, what is she watching in her household, right? Her grandparents have been married for 54 years. She understands what that means. Her parents have now been married for 14 years. Like, they got to go back to where we got married this weekend. And it was a moment for them, right? Like, she was 9 months when it happened. And this is what union looks like. You guys still really love each other. Like, it actually grosses her out if we like kiss in front of her. I'm like, no, this is what people do when they love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we had to bring the good guy on to save the day.
You got to balance it out.
I'm trying to duck out the camera when this
Did you agree with what Goldie said? Anything that he said, or a lot of stuff that he said, did you agree with it? Are you in agreement with what he said?
There are some truths that he did say. I'll give him that.
What's the truth?
I'll give him that. There are some truths,
such as
there are some truths that he said. But again, I've been out the game for so long that I'm not experiencing these things. I have to live through y'all, which is I find like it's entertaining because you know what I mean. It's not really my life experience, but it is some of the people that I'm around, and so listening to it and like, okay, that's what the game?
That's what the climate is, yo.
That's what the climate is.
It's tired.
I'm like, wow, man. I feel even more proud that I'm not in the game.
Okay. All right. Well, I know Ian, you got a lot going on, man. So I ain't gonna drag us out
to whomever daughter I hurt. I'm sorry. Quit hacking my shit though.
Yeah,
Laptop
please.
and IG. My lord.
Look, man, I'm glad that we had I think we had an insightful conversation today with Goldie. Troy, you know, I'm glad we did that because we had to balance that out a little bit. You know, I feel like, you know, we had to balance it out. So that was good to get, you know, we had to clean it up a little bit.
For
That
sure.
was good.
Whatever I can do to help the people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. Make sure you tune in to Earn Your Leisure tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Ian has been hacked, so don't believe anything that you see as far as a DM. Troy's options class tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and EYL University. And you know, we back, man. We back. So yes, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. So tomorrow it's gonna be a situation. Make sure y'all pull up. Ian, we got to get this thing together, man. I don't know what they're doing.
I'm about to call B4 right now as soon as we get off.
we got to get this thing situated. Appreciate y'all. Love is love.
Thank you. Peace.